Hello everybody and welcome back. Boyd here with you again, and this is another edition of TrekWorks. Well, we've been cranking on our Enterprise refit here for the last month or so, and we're up to about part 16 now in the video build series. We left off, as you guys remember, with finishing up the secondary hull and doing our Aztec and decal work on that, so we've got that pretty well wrapped up. The only thing left to do on that is to put the deflector dish housing, and I'll probably do that towards the end. Now we're going to be moving on to the saucer. I'll show you a little bit here really quick. This is a lower saucer, and I've started doing some of the Aztec work on that. You can maybe see it reflecting in the light here a little. But I've completed the entire main section of this. I'm working on the center section now. Then we're going to be coming back and doing the tertiary colors over top of our main grid, which will be all the colors that mix in with this, and we'll show you that whole process. We'll be back with that in the next couple of days. That'll be part 17 in the build series. I wanted to say that I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying this. I've got a lot of nice feedback on this whole series, and that you guys are finding that useful out there, and it's helping you build your refit models, so that's really good to hear. We're really happy to do it for you. We've been having a blast building these models, and a couple of you guys have written in and asked about what some of our future projects are here on the channel, so I'm going to take you over to the bench here. I've got a little project table set up today, and I've got quite a few of our kits lined up that we're going to be working on in the future, in the next year. We've got a lot of stuff to show you, some really cool kits, everything from Star Wars to Star Trek and a little bit of everything in between, guys, so I thought we'd have a little fun and take you through that today instead of another update on the refit, just kind of give a little break in between episodes here. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Alright guys, let me get the camera repositioned here, and I'll be back in just a couple seconds. We'll go through what we're going to be working on here on the channel in the next upcoming months and this next year. We'll see you right over on the bench for that. Okay everybody, we're back with you for a quick little look around our project table that you can see. We've got everything set up here. Hopefully you guys can see all these different kits we've got going on. This is going to be some really fun and exciting projects here for us on the channel in the next couple of months and the next year. You guys can pick out all these different kits we've got here. Let's start off here right in the front, and we'll talk about this cool little kit we've got here for you. This is the Atreides trading frigate from the movie Dune. Some of you people might be Dune fans out there. This is an actual build that I'm going to be doing for a client. And this is a really, really nice little resin model kit, guys. We're going to be doing some lighting and things like that on this. And I'll kind of get you a little closer to it so you can see. This is put out by a company called Hunk of Junk Models. And don't be fooled by the name. This is a really, really beautiful mold. One of the cleanest and most pit-free and flash-free resin molds that I've ever seen, especially the main body here. This is just absolutely beautiful. And it's actually hollow. So what we're going to be doing is cutting this open here on the top and installing our lighting. I'm going to be doing something kind of unique on this one. He doesn't want to have any wires coming out of it, so we're going to build this up so that the power extends down through to the legs here with some contact points, and when he sets it down onto his stand, it'll light up, and then he can pick it up and show it to his friends or whatever he wants to do. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll be starting on that one very shortly here. Up here, one of my little personal projects I'm going to be working on the side here that will show you some work on the channel is this beautiful C-57D space cruiser from Polar Lights. This is the big 172 kit, not to be confused with the current kit that's out there from Polar Lights. This is the big one. This is about 28 inches in diameter when you build it up, so it's a huge model. Now I wanted to build this a couple of years ago, but there's a lot of issues with this kit. It's a little bit inaccurate, that's one thing, but a lot of people have trouble building this saucer, and the reason why, it comes from the it's molded in sections, so like little pie wedges, and it's kind of difficult from what I can tell to get it put together and keep it all straight without any warping. So we've kind of working on a plan here to try to correct that. I'm going to be using some fiberglass reinforcement on the inside and building some jigs so that this will be perfectly straight when it's assembled, and hopefully we can cure that problem. It has a fully detailed interior, and it comes with all these nice figures, and I want to do some lighting on the interior and some lighting and sound effects on this, so that'll be a fun one that we'll be doing here on the channel down the road. And then of course I've talked about this one before, but this is the Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea flying sub. This is the I think it's 1/35 scale. It's a beautiful kit. We've got all the nice paragraphics photo etch parts for this, and the paint masking set, and I've got some crew figures from Crow's Nest that are actually discontinued now and very hard to find, so we'll be doing a nice build up of that one. Then here we've got this really nice resin Galileo kit, the original classic Galileo from the classic Star Trek television show. This is a resin kit that's put out by Randy Cooper. Some of you guys may have heard of him out there. He's a got a great reputation in the resin modeling community. This is a beautiful little model kit. You can see it's fully detailed on the interior here. We're going to be doing a full, really nice buildup of this. I've had my friend Jerry make me some really nice aftermarket decals for this, which are much improved over what the kit comes with for decals. We actually took shots of the Galileo full-size replica in Houston when we were there, and we replicated some of the markings that a lot of people never even knew were on the Galileo. So we've got some really accurate decals and markings that'll go on it. I'm going to do a really nice job lighting the interior with all the panels at the control helm and the individual control computer consoles for each of the passengers in the rear section. So, and of course the engine lighting and everything. So this is going to be a really fun one. And then up here we have the magnificent Fine Molds Millennium Falcon kit. This is the big Falcon kit. Some of you guys might not be aware they've re-released this kit. I think it's rumored out there that Fine Molds has actually lost the Star Wars license, so maybe in the next year or two they're not going to be having these kits available anymore, but they've started manufacturing them again for a limited run. So everybody knows these things were really expensive on eBay and things like that. So if you're interested in one of these kits, they're currently available. I'd get them while you can if you want one. Otherwise the prices are going to skyrocket. But this is a beautiful kit. It has well over 1,000 parts. We're going to do a really nice build-up of this one here for you on the channel, and do some lighting and everything, working with Ralph at Tenna Controls to do some custom lighting effects and maybe some sound effects as well. So you can look forward to that one. Then over here we've got another client build. This is a Reliant that I'm going to be building for a client here starting very soon. This is the AMT Repop kit. We're doing all the bells and whistles on this with the photo etch and the Aztec decals and all the lighting, similar to the kit that I built myself here a year or two ago on the channel, and putting on a nice display base. Then up here we've got the really nice 1/128 scale Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea view. Some of you guys might remember that I built this the 8-window version of this one over on my Sci-Fi Model Action channel about 2 years ago, and I had a blast building that one. I was really happy with how it turned out, and I've always wanted to build the TV version because you've got a much larger control room in this one with all kinds of detail and lighting that we can do on it, and it comes with an in-scale flying sub, and I'm going to build it where it's dropping out of the launch bay there out of the bottom and light that whole thing up, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we've got a couple of Enterprise kits down here for some Star Trek. I've got another refit to build for another client, and I'll show you something really nice that we're doing on this one. He has decided to go all out with his display base as well, and you can see we have this beautiful piece from Matt over at Laserfire Creations, where we're going to be doing the shields up effect for this one, and the nice backlit Star Trek the Motion Picture logo there. And so this will really be beautiful. We're going to put some nice effects into that model for our client, and you guys will get to see that whole process. Probably not as much detail on the build itself because we've already gone through that, and we'll be finishing up our refit here, and that will be my kind of definitive guide for the way I build the refit. So we'll cover some highlights of that, but we'll get into a lot of the way the base is put together and some of the special effects on that. And then here we have the TOS 350, which I'm going to finally get around to building one of these for myself. I'm really excited about working on this. I've never built an actual production version of this ship for myself. They've all gone to clients. And I'm going to be using Ralph's brand new electric motor set from Tenna Controls. Now Ralph, as you guys may know, he's already got an electronic version to light the Bussards on this, but now he's come out with a brand new kit with replacement electric motors to spin the Bussards. It's much superior to the Polar Lights version, and you can see that over at Ralph's new website. He's got a brand new website up now, www.tennacontrols.com. And anyway, I'm going to be using one of those lighting kits on this one, and it's got a really nice Ralph's got it set up so you can control the speed of the Bussards and everything, and we're going to do the full-on build of that one. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. Then here we've got the War of the Worlds. I've got one of these, the one that I built on the channel that you guys have already seen. I sent that one out to Ralph so he can take that with him to his shows to demonstrate his electronics. But I'm going to build one of these for myself here as well fairly soon. So I'll show you a little bit more of that as we get to it. And we've got quite a few other small little projects in between. I've got a Robbie the Robot I want to do, and I've got a B9 robot, the new kit from Mobius, and a couple other things. But these are some of the highlights I thought I'd show you guys. So some really exciting stuff coming up on the channel, guys. I hope you guys will enjoy it. And we'll cover a lot of ground as we go, showing you how we work on these here on the channel, guys. So I'm really excited about all this. So that's going to be a wrap for this one. Just kind of a short little update and a little news. We'll be back in a couple of days with the part 17 of our refit, and we'll get back to work on the saucer, guys. So we'll see you then. Until we do, take care out there, and happy modeling, everyone.